Hello everyone. Kind of a short video today, a little bit off topic from what I normally talk about. We're going to talk about guns. Yes, boom. A woman on Twitter was, contacted through a friend asking for advice. Now, I'm not a gun expert by any means. I have some guns. I kind of like certain guns. It's fun to go out and shoot, target practice, stuff like that. But she was specifically wanting to know about my opinion on pistols for personal carry, for self-defense. So that's what we're going to stick to today, personal carry, self-defense. And I'm going to give you my opinion on what you should look at buying, speaking to this woman particularly. Now, a gun is a very personal thing. It's not one size fits all. You need to find the gun that's right for you, and I can't tell you which one that's going to be. But I'm going to give you some advice on calibers, manufacturers, and some things you need to think about when picking out your gun. Calibers. Personally, again, just my opinion, you do not need anything smaller than a 380. They make 22, 25, 32, yes, but those, in my opinion, won't get the job done. 380 is about as small as you need to go. For a woman, well, for anybody really, as big as you need to go carrying as far as automatic would be 45. They make some bigger rounds for semi-automatics, but they're not really to carry. I mean, these are monster pistols, right? You don't carry that sort of thing. As far as revolvers, some women like to go as high as 44, 45, but most women seem to be comfortable with 38 or 357, 38 special or 357. A lot of men like those calibers too. Police used to carry 38 specials before they went to the semi-automatics, and my dad carries a 357. So good solid rounds, do the job, powerful. It's really not much reason to go any bigger unless it's just your preference. My wife carries a 38 special, and she loves it. She shot a 357. She can handle it, but she prefers her 38 special. So it's all up to you. What do you prefer? So there's the calibers. In the semi-automatics, 380, 9mm, 40 caliber, and 45. In the revolvers, probably stick with 38, 357. That would be, I suggest you go to a gun range. And a gun range that has guns there that you can use. You have to pay a little bit, buy the ammo for them, but you could shoot several different guns and find out kind of what is best for you. I highly recommend you do that. That would be better than any advice anyone could ever give you on you need to buy this gun. No, don't do that. Go to the gun range. Now on the semi-automatics, there's two basic types of polymer frame and metal frame. Polymer's lighter, which means when you're carrying it, it's lighter, it's easier to carry, but it's going to jump more, have more recoil, and you're going to find yourself coming off target more when you fire it. Metal frame is heavier. Carrying it on your hip or in your purse, it's going to weigh you down a little bit. You're going to know it's there, but it's steadier when you shoot it and less recoil. Same with revolvers. They're starting to make polymer revolvers now. Same thing. So it's up to you. It's a trade-off. You have one or the other, light or accurate, more accurate, as far as being able to pull right back down on the target. Again, it's up to you. The manufacturers. Now, this is the old saying of don't talk about religion and politics. Don't talk about religion, politics, or pistol manufacturers. People get very hot when you start talking about this. I'm just going to give you my opinion. You'll find 100,000 people who will agree with me and 100,000 people who would disagree with me. So just giving you my personal opinion. When it comes to semi-automatics, there are some very cheap ones out there. Don't even waste your money. Don't even try it. On the bottom of the scale of pistols that I would buy is Taurus and Smith & Wesson as far as the semi-automatics. Middle of the road, which is where I prefer, is Sig Sauer, Glock, such as that. Now those are good weapons, and they are cheaper than some of your more higher end. So you got the best of both worlds there. That's where I would suggest. I'm personally a fan of Sig Sauer. A lot of people like Glock. I've never heard of anyone run Sig Sauer down. They'll say, well, Sig Sauer's good, but I like this better. So that's my personal preference. I like Sig Sauer. Now, higher up than that, you get into like Kimber, damn fine pistols, but you're going to pay for them. They're expensive. You can't go wrong buying a Kimber. It's just the price. Revolvers, remember how I said Smith & Wesson was on the bottom? Well, revolvers, they're on the top. Damn fine revolvers. Them, Ruger, Charter Arms. Those are my three favorite. My wife's pistol is Charter Arms. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about this, but back in the day when cops carried revolvers, Charter Arms was one of the big suppliers to the police and law enforcement. My dad carries a Smith & Wesson 357, so there you go. Now you can get in any of these pistols, you can get those really small, compact semi-automatics. I have one. I have a Sig Sauer P238. It's a 380. Those small ones are good because I can just slip it in my pants pocket. Nobody knows it's there. If you're carrying a small purse, nobody will know you have it. It's not taking up all the room in your purse. But they tend to jump around a lot because they're small and they're light, and they're not going to be as accurate as far out as your larger ones. Now you get into like a 1911, which I have a Taurus 1911. Those are more steady, but you're talking about a pistol this long. It's a big pistol. It's not something you want to carry on your hip very easily. You can, but it's not as easy. Or carry it in your purse. It's going to take up a lot of room, especially in a small purse. So, you got to be thinking about that sort of thing when you go to buy one. Now, the mid-range ones, there's some that are kind of in the middle. Take a look at them. The Smith & Wesson M&P Shield semi-automatic. That's what my sister-in-law and my mother have. They like them. So there you go. There's another option for you. Now, as far as barrel length, you can get different length barrels. Like, for instance, the 1911, you can get them longer or shorter. Again, the longer barrel is going to be more steady because you get more weight out there holding the barrel down when you fire, and it doesn't rise as much. Shorter barrel is easier to draw, easier to get out of the holster or your purse, but it's going to rise more when you shoot it because you don't have that weight out there. So it's up to you. It's a lot for you to think about there. As the same goes, that piece of advice goes for both semi-automatics and revolvers. For instance, my wife's is a snub nose. Her barrel's about that long. My dad's has a 4-inch barrel. So, just it's a lot for you to think about there. I suggest you go to a gun range, and then once you buy a pistol, go to the gun range, get familiar with it, get proficient with it, then take your pistol carrying permit course. Get that. You need that. Everyone that has a pistol should have that, in my opinion. So I hope this was helpful. Sig Sauer is good semi-automatic. Smith & Wesson, Ruger, Charter Arms, good revolvers. Calibers 380, 9mm, 40 caliber, and 45 for your automatics. 38 Special and 357 Magnum for your revolvers. That's where I would start if I was you. Start looking in those areas, and you can move up from there, or go a different route if you want. But those are generally would probably be the best place for you to start. I hope this was helpful. Have a good day.